Let's talk about 6 romance books I just simply could not put down. They were so good. I read them in just a few sittings, if not just one. And I would say all of these are 5 stars, if not very close. So last year I discovered Carley Fortune, and apparently I just really love sweet romances that take place by a nice lake up in Canada. Every Summer After follows the story of Percy and Sam. It takes you back and forth through time between the past and present, them growing up together, them falling in love, them separating, and then they're brought back together in the future because Sam's mom has passed away. It's just a really sweet, sweet, wholesome little romance. A lot of fun. I laughed, I cried. It was a good time. And apparently, not only do I love a sweet romance set by a lake, but so does Carley Fortune. I am discovering quickly that most of her books revolve around lakes in Canada, and I'm kind of here for it. Meet Me on the Lake describes the story of Fern and Will. They met when Fern was in her early 20s, and they made a plan. In 1 year, meet me at the lake. Lo and behold, Will does not show up. Fern hates him and continues to hate him for a long, long time. Flash forward to 8 years later, I believe. Fern's mom passes away, and she is forced to take over her family business and in on, you guessed it, a lake in Canada. And when she's there, suddenly Will shows up out of nowhere. She doesn't know why he's there. Turns out he made a connection with her mother the previous year, and they made plans for him to help her market the inn. At first, Fern isn't sure if she wants to keep the inn or not, and you kind of go through the story of her weighing the pros and cons of that. And she doesn't want to have Will help her, but she realizes she needs his help. And so they spend a summer together reconnecting, and they hit some bumps in the road, but ultimately another very sweet story. Then, we're seeing a trend here. Abby Jimenez, just for the summer, we have another lake book, another lake romance. And this is not in Canada, but it's the Great Lakes, and so we're getting close. It's really, really close. So Emma and Justin both think they have a curse. They both have had the experience of everyone they've dated, the person they date after them, they get married to. So Justin posts on Reddit about it, and Emma's like, oh my God, that happens to me all the time. She reaches out to him. They talk back and forth a lot. And basically, Justin comes up with the idea of, why don't we date? Why don't we date for summer and see if that breaks our curse? She's a travel nurse, so she has the option to go to where he lives. But it was the timing works out. It's actually right before Justin's taking full custody of his younger siblings because his mother is going to jail. And so that kind of throws a wrench in things with their relationship. He knows that she's only there for a short amount of time. He's determined to show her all the great things about his area, really show her around, have a good time. But he's kind of falls head over heels for her first, and he's determined to win her over, but he also knows like his situation is ideal. And so there's just back and forth. She's kind of had a messy relationship with her mom, and she needs to process it. Girlie probably needs some therapy. Actually, I forgot she does get therapy. And yeah, it's just super sweet story. Laughed, cried, really, really loved it. Got through it super quickly. Annotated it a good bit. Would strongly recommend it. It was another one that I kept seeing all over Book Talk, and I was like, I'm not reading it. And then my friend said, no, you have to, and I did, and I loved it. So this is me telling you, you need to read this. Another one that was really popular on Book Talk is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I thought again, I have all these preconceived notions about all these books, and I was just like, I don't need that. I don't really want spice in my books. My cute little romances are enough. And I just didn't think I would enjoy this. I thought it'd be really dumb. And guess what? I really loved it. And guess what? Another Canadian lake. What's going on with me and Canadian lakes? I don't know. I love them, I guess. My dream is to fall in love by a Canadian lake, apparently. But we've got world's hottest billionaire, Ford Grant, which, let me just state for the record, there is no such thing as an ethical billionaire, but I will make an allowance for this because the story was good. And you know what? I would kind of love if a man just swept in and could take care of my life for me. So we have world's hottest billionaire, Ford Grant, and Rosie. They both kind of had crushes on each other growing up. Rosie is Ford's best friend's little sister, so kind of has always been off limits. Similarly to Just the Summer, he unexpectedly has to take custody of a young girl, and he thinks this is going to ruin things with us, but this is important. I have to do this. Just a really cute, fun story. Little Storm Cloud was absolutely my favorite part of this, and I just think it's worth the read. And though it's bigger, I crushed this in like 2 days. Now, for a smaller one, we've got Big Fan by Alexandra Romanoff. This one tells the story of Maya and Charlie. Charlie is kind of like a big, big famous singer, and Maya loved his music when she was younger. She like led like a fan club, so it's sort of like, in a way, it reminds me like this could have been like a fanfic written about like One Direction or something probably, but whatever. Basically, she's a career woman rising in the political world. Her husband and her get divorced, and it kind of ruins her reputation for a little bit. Charlie comes in at the right time, needing some help, and it's kind of like a will they, won't they. they want to be together but they can't, sort of like in the Anne Hathaway movie. But anyway, again, really quick read, really loved it. It was also really fun that like universal basic income was brought up so much in this book. I was like, oh, so I'm learning about universal basic income, I guess. We have maybe another life. This one takes you through Hannah's story, and basically you're presented with two different options of how her life could have gone running concurrently. And it's just a really interesting story. I don't want to say too much and give it away, but sad, happy, really endearing, sweet. A lot of quotes I wanted to like remember forever. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I love your books. So hope you check them out. Bye.